Welcome to Unplugged Podcast, where Jesus is at the center of every conversation. Join us as we explore the teachings of Christ and the impact on mental health, spirituality, and everyday life. Discover how faith in Jesus can help provide hope, healing, and purpose in a world full of challenges. Subscribe now on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms to stay connected to the Unplugged community. Unplug from the world and plug into Jesus. Welcome, mental health warriors.
Welcome.
Welcome to Unplugged Podcast, where we critically discuss the intersectionality between faith, politics, and mental health. I'm Jasmine Garrett, your mental health enthusiast.
And I'm Dr. Kelly.
And we thank you in advance for your time.
Absolutely.
Today's episode is wild. We are talking about a whole bunch of things. I actually didn't come up with today's topic in terms of the title. That's your boy here. And his genius surrounding this. I'm sure you'll see throughout the episode. It's gonna be a good time.
Absolutely.
So we'll start off per usual with our mental health moment of the week. So for me, this was a devastating one. I lost a real one this week. So my best friend of over 21 years.
Wow.
Her baby brother passed.
Oh, okay.
And he was young. Vince was 35. And it was, it's tough acknowledging the reality of something like that. It just is. He was incredible. So just know, Vince Skidmore, I love you. You were a real one. You were an artist. You were a genius. You were hilarious.
Amen.
And I just know that you'll be missed. I know you can hear us. I know that you can see us. To the entire family, know that it's one love.
One love.
It's one love, now and forever.
Transitions happen, and we think that we're all supposed to be in our old age, and we like to transition when we're in our 90s, surrounded by family and friends, and it's painless.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I come to learn is, and a beautiful tribute, by the way. So one of the things I learned that in order to get a tribute, you must have lived.
Yep.
And so we thank God for his life.
Yes.
And all of the great things. And, and we're going to get to the mental health thing, but just, we've been praying for that family.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've come to realize, especially when lives are, transitions happen when men and women are still young, according to us, because, God doesn't deal in time, we measure time. But what I've come to learn that whatever time frame that person or duration that person has here on the earth, once the mission is up, back home to glory.
Yeah.
Sometimes people serve a higher purpose, or their life does something for the rest of the family that other people don't understand. And once that mission is accomplished, then God says, okay, no more pain, come home.
I mean, and that's the part that makes this different than every other death that I've experienced. And to be fair, just in terms of transparency, this is my 4th death in 2 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we've been going through it, right? But what makes this death a bit different is Vince was still able to be vocal, to say the type of life that he wanted. He was vocal enough to say that he believed in Jesus and that, he was a saved and changed man. So there's so much certainty that we have with this particular passing that is comforting. God is good. He was ready.
Amen.
He knew what he wanted. He was ready. He knew Jesus. And so I have so much peace knowing that he's literally in a better place. And he did what he wanted. He lived the life the way he wanted to live it, and he exited the way he wanted to exit. And that is, you can't ask for much more than that.
Listen, proclaiming Jesus, I don't know how, that is extremely motivating for you to see somebody who is transitioning and they are proclaiming Christ.
Yes.
And like, I'm
Yes.
going home, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's very inspiring.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people who witness that who might at the time being don't really fully understand the magnitude.
Yeah.
But months, years or time later, they realize, man, that was powerful.
Yeah.
And that probably changed somebody's life. That right there probably got somebody to start praying again or to start believing again.
Yeah. He's left an impact. He's left an impact.
It.
So Vince, I'm dedicating today's episode to you. I love you, baby boy.
Already.
Always. Your mental health moment.
Oh, that was your mental health moment?
That was my mental health.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay.
For sure.
Okay, she turned to the tribute. Okay, I like how you did that. She threw that right back on me.
That's right what it is. Yes, absolutely.
So I guess my mental health moment is, man, listen. These Negroes, Knee, Negroes will get on your last nerves. Nerbs. Some of y'all ain't got no nerves. But when you run out of nerves, you got nerves. And they was on my nerves. My God.
Not one.
The Nicholas was out running around this week.
What happened?
Man.
What
So,
happened?
you know, I'm normally a good guy. I'm easygoing. If you can't get along with me, you can't get along with nobody. And somebody took it upon themselves to insert their life into mine.
Oh.
Without asking me.
Oh my.
My God.
Boundaries.
Right. So for the sake of transparency and not trying to out nobody, but I know they're gonna be looking, and so you're gonna know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about you.
Oh, okay. All right.
Right. You know, sometimes people will take you for granted.
Yeah.
So if you make yourself available to people over and over again,
yeah,
sometimes they just assume that's just what you're supposed to do. So somebody took it upon themselves to make a decision, assuming that I was going to back that decision. So it's kind of like this. All I have is $25.
Uh-huh.
My rent is $20.
Uh-huh.
But because I know I can always ask you and you give it to me, I'm going to spend my rent on what I want.
No.
And I'm just going to just know and assume that I can call you and you're going to make it better.
Oh, no.
Your mismanagement is not my emergency.
Jesus.
And so the reason why it's a mental health moment, because these Negroes, I want to bend them over my knee, Knee, these Negroes was niggering.
Oh, with your last name. With your very last name.
Yeah, man, listen.
I tell people, listen.
They drove me crazy this week.
I tell people, listen, I only got one nerve left, and that's on life support. We don't even know if it's gonna make it.
Oh, man.
But so what did you do? How did you handle it?
Well, I had to draw a line. I realized that I realized that I created a monster. So I had to take responsibility in that part of it.
Yeah.
But I also had to let them know, hey, I can't bail you out of situations, like you said, elective situations. You know what I'm saying? You went and did that. You didn't have to do that. And now you want me to bail you out. And so, yeah, I didn't help. So I put that, that's one thing I didn't do.
Oh, Jesus.
I didn't help. And so now I'm mad and I'm every name in the book.
Oh, Lord.
That they won't say to my face because they know they're going to want to ask me for something again.
Jesus.
And I'm just letting God.
Oh, Lord.
You know, one of the most offensive things you can say to a Christian is when they ask you for something?
What?
Just let me pray about it. That's it.
Or when you ask for help and they're like, yes, thoughts and prayers.
Yep.
I'm going to give you these thoughts and these prayers. That's what I'm on.
Man, these people got mad because I said, let me pray. Oh, you ain't got to pray about it. Yes, I do.
Yeah, you do.
Man, you just saying that because I gotta pray about it.
No. Because now I need God to correct me about how I contributed to this. And so I really do got to pray.
Oh man.
Because I don't know how to. If you were to handle it without prayer, it might be a different story.
Right, so instead of you going to God
here.
first, you coming to me. And yeah, so it don't work like that. So that was me. That was my mental health moment. And they tried to drive me crazy.
They tried. And I just want to attest to our mental health warriors. Pastor is one of the most generous, kind, considerate people on planet Earth.
Well, thank you for saying that.
So if he's established a boundary, it's earned.
This is what I'm saying.
It's actually earned. This man and his wife has rolled up on me when I was sick in bed.
Oh, and we will continue to.
But no, they will roll up with chicken soup and lozenges and Vicks Vapor Rub. They are generous, kind people.
And get upset if you don't let us know. Like you came up for prayer and you're like, I need prayer for this, and I'm like, you don't know about this? Because this is, you know what I'm saying? You need prayer for this. This is about to happen. You knew about this, last week, right?
He right. Yeah, but no, if a boundary's been set, I know personally it was earned for sure. I have no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
So glimmer moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this week's glimmer moment, I have a couple. Number one, I learned that within any type of relationship, communication is number one key.
That's a fact.
But not only is communication key, comprehension.
Oh.
Comprehension.
That.
Yeah.
Understanding is the greatest thing in the world.
Man.
Yep.
Man. So I had a person reach out to me that I had separated myself from.
Okay.
A similar situation. Like, we're helping each other, but I don't like the way that you're treating me. I don't like the way you're talking to me. I don't like.
You just think you're right. You're right.
Yeah, and it's like, you know what? God bless you. I'm gonna leave you alone. In fact, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you. Listen, I cannot have you in my life. I'm gonna pray for you. I love you, but
that cutoff game.
My cutoff game is absolutely exploding. Listen, I'm not trying to be arrogant, but I'm not gonna say I'm the best at cutting off people on the earth, but I'm top 5.
Have you ever been cussed out for cutting somebody off?
No.
They got mad at you.
Because by the time you get mad, I'm already gone.
Ooh, Lord.
Like, no, I can't have you in my life. Click. Blocked. Like, you can be mad all you want, but I won't know about it. I'm really good at it. So anyway, I had cut somebody off. And they reached out to me in a non-traditional way. And, was like, they asked me for help. And I was like, now the Christian in me, I prayed about it first. Mm-hmm. So I responded and I was like, listen, you can go here for help. Please do not contact me again unless you have intention on apologizing. I let them, that was the actual message. Do not contact me again unless you intend on apologizing.
And you know what? Remember we was talking about restitution? They have to come. You have to come with something.
Yeah.
Don't call me for nothing unless your first words is, hey.
Right?
I want to apologize. And then you got to apologize for the right things. You don't apologize for what you want to apologize for. You apologize for what you did. I
don't like the people that know something terrible happened and then they just come up in your face and act like nothing happened. That's a problem. I don't know where people got that from. Where did they decide to do that at?
Yeah.
I know that if I've done something to offend you, the first thing that I need to come to you with is an apology.
Right.
That should be common knowledge. I don't know where people, I'm just going to pretend like it didn't happen. See if I can get away with it. What?
Avoidance, yeah.
You think I have amnesia? Are you sure? I do not have amnesia. The good Lord has blessed me with memory, so I don't know what you thought there was.
That word amnesia. Oh man, you know what?
Selective amnesia.
That could have been part of that would have triggered another mental health moment because somebody reached out to me to get an understanding about something that they were totally off base about. I don't know how I said the sky's blue and you said, why did you say the sky was blue?
Because it was.
Right, because you offended me by saying the sky was blue. I went home and just ruminated because you said the sky was blue and I just didn't understand why you would say that. And I'm like, wait a minute. I said the sky was blue because it was blue that day. Where do you get, you know? And the person had the nerve to say, you know, because I think some people have amnesia. Amnesia? Man, let me go get the receipts and let me start showing you some stuff
out the receipts.
Trust me, I ain't got amnesia. I definitely ain't forgot all the stuff you done done. But I'll bring it to you want me to start bringing it? No, okay then. So.
Y'all been playing with Pastor this week. Y'all been playing the reindeer games. And Pastor's not I don't know what y'all been doing.
Man, listen, I gather them. I will gather you all together.
I love it.
I will.
I don't even like it. I love it. But no, I had them reach out, and their response was, "Well, it was my intention." First of all, we got off on the wrong foot. If that was your intention, that's what you should have came to me with. But okay. And then they further to say, maybe we can have a talk. Like I'd like to talk to you about this. And I said, well, I'm all ears. You know, let me know when you want to talk. Yeah, I said, yeah, I'm all ears. Let me know when you want to talk, and I'll go from there. But I'm gonna take it as a glimmer moment because at least we've gotten to a place where this person acknowledges that an apology is necessary.
Absolutely.
And let's be very clear. The apology that we require as Christians, it's not I feel superiority over you until you say these specific words. No. I need to know that the person that you were when you offended me is not the person that you are today. Because whoever that person is, I can't be affiliated with that person. That person is a danger to my mental health and probably a danger to your mental health. That's not my business. But whoever you were, I can't have connection with that person. So if you have come to a conclusion in yourself that you were wrong, you are now a new person. You now have awareness to change. If you have yet to come to that awareness, you have yet to be able to be in my space. Yes. That's what it is. And I make no apologies for that.
See, right there, what you're talking is deep spiritual truth. And it ain't even spiritual, it's just obvious.
It's just what it is.
The Bible says, be ye perfect, for I am perfect. What that means is not that we're going to do everything perfect. Every time I shoot a jump shot, it hits. It doesn't mean everything I do is right.
Right.
It means once I come to the knowledge of the truth, then I live that.
Yeah.
So once I realize that the scripture says do not covet your neighbor's ox. I didn't know that before. But now that I know that, I'm not going to covet my neighbor's ox.
Period.
Now that I know that I offended you, and that's not my goal, I don't want to offend you anymore, I'm a new person.
Yeah.
Then I need to start operating from that standpoint.
Amen.
And the only way that you can see that a person has really changed is through consistency. Not through what they say the first time, is what they do over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And the problem is some of us don't give people an opportunity. After they showed themselves over and over again, I've changed, I'm new, I'm not that anymore, we hang it over their head like a life sentence.
Well, okay, so Mental Health Warriors, if you haven't seen the episode Reconcile, that's episode 4. Okay. Please check out Reconcile. It's where I had a spiritual experience where God took me in the spirit and I was watching an event that happened as if it was a movie.
At the airport. On the airplane.
On the airplane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
I was watching what I was doing as a third person and he allowed me to see this in the spirit. And I had been praying for God to change this person consistently, without fail. But what I realized, what God helped me understand was, I did it. I heard you. But you're so hurt.
Ooh.
You are so traumatized that you can't even accept and acknowledge that I gave you what you prayed for.
Like Pastor Dre would say, you are so in your feelings. Because also in that episode, Reconcile, I was trying to describe what she was saying.
Yeah.
What she was saying. There's a difference between being emotional and being in your feelings.
Yeah.
Being in your feelings, that's what you describe a certain emotion. So that emotion, you were hurt or whatever, and you were in your feelings. So you described that emotion as, how were you feeling at the time? Like betrayed,
just annoyed.
I
was annoyed, but I was annoyed because I wasn't acknowledging they were different.
Because you couldn't see that.
I couldn't see they were different. I could only see what I was
the
offense or what I was used to or what I felt that they would do because I know them so well.
Ooh.
No, God is transformative.
Ooh.
Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. God is transformative. You're not the same person. He who the Son sets free is free indeed. You are no longer that. You are no whatever you were bound by, whatever your affliction was, addiction, whatever it was. You're not the same person.
So, with that being said,
does
that person still have the same access as they did before?
I think that goes back to your point that it's a two-way street. It's not just their consistency. It's my consistency and prayer for the Holy Spirit to help me discern. Because they can be as consistent as they want to be. If I'm still hurt and I'm still trapped in my own trauma, their efforts will not be recognized.
I agree.
So I have accountability. I have responsibility. I have to pray for discernment to see the actions of what the good Lord is manifesting according to my prayers.
My God.
Yeah. It's a job. It's a spiritual walk. It is a full-time job. No breaks.
I love it. I guess my glimmer moment, I was dealing with a client and I'll put it like this. I do what you call added value, so I sometimes might go above and beyond.
Yes.
Put a little extra cherry on the top or something.
Yeah.
And I'm dealing with this client and working with his website and doing all that type of stuff and getting everything together.
Yeah.
And I've been working on it for a couple of weeks now, and so we're gonna do the big reveal Tuesday.
Ooh.
Right. So
Tuesday's a big day.
right. So he's gonna have a bunch of eyeballs on him, you know, America's Got Talent and all that type of stuff. And so we were talking about, you know, the rollout, what we're gonna do next and things like that. And he said something to me that made, I guess we call it a glimmer moment, that made me smile. And I'm gonna say it because we ain't in church.
Oh Lord.
My God.
What happened?
And I'm unapologetically black male and Christian. He was like, man, I was paying them he said them white folks was trying to charge me $36,000 a month or whatever, blah, 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 to build this, to do this. And I went to you, man, and man, you totally just changed the whole trajectory of how I thought, what I'm doing, and this and that, man. He was like, man, you the real deal. I appreciate you, brother. I said, well, God bless you, man.
I love that.
I said, you should have came to the black folks first in the first place.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? You thought because they, you know, my God.
Are we going to talk about it? Because I feel like you opened up again.
Yeah, I mean, we can. I mean, yeah. So.
Okay. All I'm saying is what I see in specifically in the U.S. is a whole bunch of people don't support their own people, and they happen to look like me.
Man. And the only time we supporting is if some type of tragic thing, and then we can't all get on the same boat for that.
Man, I'm not gonna pretend like I don't know why that is. I know why that is.
Right.
I know what happened because we were terrorized whenever we were attempted to work together.
That's right.
I'm talking black codes.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, if you don't, the South had Jim Crow, but everybody want to act like the North didn't have black codes.
My God.
You realize
especially
that
out there in Chicago, like
in Chicago, there's black code. There was still the black code. There's a black code in Pennsylvania, New York, Boston, all that.
Yep.
All that still had the black codes. Which means, you know, if they saw more than two people that happened to be black together, you got arrested. Because what y'all talking about?
Right.
What not?
Y'all plotting.
Too many of y'all.
And that, you know what? that was the conversation that I had. Because when I first started doing the work, right? So I was showing him, so what happened was, this is the beginning of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So I was showing him like, okay, you know, this is what we need to do. This is what I see. And so I was showing him his website, and I was like halfway done with the new one.
Yeah.
So I was like, he didn't listen to me. He wasn't listening. He's so busy trying to poke holes in what I'm doing. I said, listen, I'm going to show you your website first. And I go down the line. I say, look, this this is what your website look like. This is this. I said, and I was getting ready to go to the new website so we can see it. Like, you do know that's my website, right? I said, yeah. I said, this ain't the website that I created. He was like, oh, I just wanted to let you know. I was gonna wait till the end and let you know you is showing me my website, right?
Lord, fix it, Jesus.
I said, and this is what I said to him. This is what started the conversation. I said, why do black people got to be suspicious of other black people?
Man, it's a shame.
And then when I showed him, he was like, what? This is incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. I said, see, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because I know your taste. I know you know, man, we come from the same households, baby. Mama cooked the bacon the same way. I got your flavor, baby. You done went down there, they done made you some geriatric stuff, some stuff that don't even represent you. It was functional.
Man.
But it wasn't excellent. And so now you see something that's on a whole nother level, and now you're shocked. But that was my glitter moment.
As if black excellence isn't the norm. Black excellence is the norm.
It is.
Period.
It is.
But no, I mean, like I said, I get it. I get some of that is, past, that's genetic at this point.
Yep,
After Tulsa, Oklahoma, some of that's genetic.
Yeah.
We were terrorized into the separation was instilled in us through terror.
Yep.
So, oh, and by the way, if you don't know what Tulsa, Oklahoma, I suggest you Google that. The first domestic terrorist act by our own country. On their own people?
Well,
okay.
Some will argue if it was the first, but yeah, it was definitely domestic
This
terror.
is the first time we dropped bombs on our own people.
Oh.
Yeah. On our own people.
Okay. Yeah. You're right.
Like,
them Molotov cocktails is bombs to me too, but I can't. But you know what I'm saying?
you said, well, how big is the bomb?
Right. I feel you. Absolutely.
I can't.
Total horror, but I thank God that we're in a different place, in a different space. So
God is good. God is good. So, speaking of, Pastor finally saw Thunderbolts.
I sure did.
Finally, it took a minute.
Yeah.
Pastor don't be going out to the theater like we would hope.
You know what? I come to find out that I'm really a novice, and I'm not as aware of things as I thought I was, because I don't know anything about DC Comics at all.
Okay, so Thunderbirds is Marvel.
I know. I know. I get to that.
Okay,
all
right.
I'm not.
Just
That's
making
not
sure.
so bad.
Okay.
But I don't know what the D and the C mean in DC Comics.
Detective Comics.
See, that's how this exactly. That's how I don't know. And then the Thunderbolts and all of this, and I didn't know. So yes, but I love the Thunderbolts.
I will share my nerdism with you any day.
Yes.
I got it. I got you.
And for those of you who don't know, Jasmine is 3 times a genius. So she makes me look smart over here. So if I ever shut up and let her talk, it's because she's making me look good, baby.
He's the one with the doctorate. So I don't know what he's talking about.
I specialize in one thing, but you have a knowledge of a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, I'm a weirdo.
So what about these Thunderbolts?
So, what was it? Was it episode 1 where we talked about Thunderbolts before?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think it was, season 2, episode 1.
Yeah.
So, this movie, I felt was such a, there's a community of nerds that follows Marvel films, right? Well, there's a community of nerds, even if you don't particularly love Marvel, even if you're a DC fan or just a comic book fan in general, that they ascribe to going to watch these films. And I think it was so beautiful that they made this film illustrate mental illness in a way where it reached a wide audience. And the way that they illustrated it was so deep and dark and detailed that it sent a strong message that if you're going through something, if you're experiencing depression, if you're experiencing anxiety, you're not alone in that. There's so many others that have had these types of experiences and made it through to the other side. And I don't know if you guys have watched the movie. If you haven't, maybe you should stop listening right now. But it's not,
Spoiler alert.
right, spoiler alert. It's not even in theaters anymore.
Oh, we streaming now.
I'm
That's
pretty
wild.
sure. Yeah, you know what?
I saw it on stream.
I'm about to ruin this film for you today because if you didn't see it in theaters and you haven't watched it already,
unless it's like a black cast, like the Black Panther, all black everything. I ain't going to the movie theaters for that stuff. I know. I'm bad. I know.
Pastor.
I pay for the streaming.
Pastor.
I pay for the streaming. I pay for it so I can,
Well, okay. At least you said if it's not a black artist, because black artists need you to show up.
Yeah, I would do that.
In the theaters, they need you. We have to support black art. The reason why they don't have black representation in black films is because they swear that black people won't show up to support, or that it won't reach a right enough audience, or white people won't show up to support. So whenever a black artist comes out with a film, we have to make it a point to show up.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
But I think I told you in that in episode 1, what hit me so hard is when they go into the mind of the void. And inside of the mind of the void, you see Robert. Robert is the actual human that is the Sentry. And there's always been this debate in the comics of Robert versus Sentry versus the Void. Technically, they're one character, but they are 3 different entities.
Oh, they're triune being.
They're a triune being.
Wow.
We're gonna play a clip on that really soon, but what hit me is when they went inside the mind and they there was a moment with Robert where he was expressing to Yelena, and she's a Black Widow. If you don't know what that is, that's fine. But she's going in there to save him, and he's explaining to her, oh, don't be scared as she's dying in there with him. Don't be scared. There's no death here. It just keeps getting worse.
There's no death here. It keeps getting worse.
It just keeps getting worse. There's no death. Death would be a break. Death would be the end. Death would mean that you're free. There's no freedom here. It's just going to keep getting worse. That is what depression is.
Factual.
If you have to explain what depression is, there is no end. There is no beginning. You're just going to keep suffering. Yep. Congratulations.
Yep.
Mazel tov.
Yep. So
I just felt like that film had such powerful messaging that it deserved a moment of our time to discuss it. But let's go ahead and play the clip for everyone that hasn't seen it or wants to.
Absolutely.
Did you know Sentry the Superman of Marvel is actually one of the most messed up characters ever? Sentry Robert Reynolds is a meth addict who gained the power of 1,000 exploding suns after drinking a serum. But this is where the problem begins. Sentry is not just Marvel's most powerful superhero, but he's also its most powerful villain. In the comics, he's returned multiple times, even after dying. Bob has 2 distinct entities inside him. One is Void, a pure evil shadow creature, and the other is Sentry, whom Bob controls and who is a hero. Sometimes it's like a split personality. Bob switches between being Sentry and Void. In certain situations, Void even takes a physical form to fight Sentry, and Bob is mentally unstable, which makes it impossible to predict what he'll do. So if Sentry isn't nerfed in the MCU, he could become the most powerful hero and villain in the MCU for now.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was a clip explaining Sentry. If you would have asked me about 20 years ago if I thought that we would see characters like Sentry or Moon Knight being household names or being depicted in real life, I would have laughed in your face. There's no way. Moon Knight is another character, and I encourage you to watch that. It's on Disney Plus. He has his own series. Moon Knight, Sentry, these are characters that suffer from mental illness. In different ways. They have the same probably their worksheet, if they were seeing a psychiatrist, their worksheets would look different. But their mental illness manifests in radically different ways. For more or less, Robert is aware of Sentry and the Void. But for Moon Knight, he doesn't have awareness with his other personalities. But for both of these characters, their mental illness stems from abuse. With Sentry, not only did his mental illness stem from abuse, but he's a meth addict.
Which only exasperates everything.
Oh yeah, he self-medicated into deeper mental illness. The way that he became the Sentry, which is this Superman-like powerful being is he broke into a lab thinking that there was drugs in there, and there was drugs in there, but it was the super soldier serum. Say that 3 times fast.
Super soldier serum.
The same super soldier serum that they used on Captain America.
Okay.
But it was an amplified version of the serum because they wanted to make it more powerful.
You know how nerdy that was? You had a nickname for Captain America. Nobody on Earth calls him Cap.
Everybody calls him Cap.
I know him. If you said, I know him as Captain America. If you say Captain America, I know who you're talking about.
Everybody calls him Cap. If I say Cap, you better know I'm talking about Captain America. Otherwise, you are not one of the nerds. You are. We can't sit with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We can't. If I say Steve Rogers and you don't know who I'm talking about,
I wouldn't know. That's how.
You don't know Steve Rogers.
You gotta like put it in context.
Pastor.
I'm gonna think you're talking about a
You are
real
disappointing the nerd community as we speak.
Right. and I try to act like I'm a nerd with y'all too. I'm like, yeah, I like it. I use big words like, I'm familiar with the lore. And, I might know a couple characters here and there to be able to, hold a conversation. But to be on first name basis with the characters and have a nickname and stuff, no, I'm nowhere near that.
That's funny.
She said Cap.
Well, Moon Knight's really gonna confuse you because Moon Knight got like 4 names. You gonna be messed up for real.
Wow.
But I'm gonna do a pop quiz. Who's Stephen Grant?
I wouldn't know. I'm telling you.
It's one of Moon Knight's names.
See?
I'm messing with you.
Lord. I love it though, but see, this is going to be one of the best podcasts ever. But we can talk about anything.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can't talk about that you definitely don't know about.
I don't know about so do not take his word for that.
So.
But no, I'm gonna check up on you to see if you need my password to Disney Plus. Let me know.
Okay.
Because I need you to watch Moon Knight. That was an incredible show. It's emotional. You see his abuse, and then you see his mind break.
Ooh.
Yeah. Some abuse is so bad that your mind actually breaks in order to deal with it.
Oh, yes.
Meaning that couldn't have happened to me. Because if it happened to me, I wouldn't have survived. So this other character that I invented is who it happened to, and they're strong enough to deal with it.
And I'm not gonna hijack the podcast, but that just reminds me. I was dealing with this lady, and this was a couple years ago, a Hispanic lady, older woman.
Yeah.
And she was in an abusive relationship. And what happened was the person that she was in partnership with, they had created a life together. They started, living with each other and having their own home and stuff like that. And he was abusive. And the thing that caused her to have a break, he took all of her clothes, everything that she ever had, put it in the pile, and he set it on fire. Everything. I mean, diaries, stuff she kept from childhood, pictures, everything. Now, mind you, this isn't a man or somebody she's been knowing for a long time. She may have known for a couple of years or whatever, but he was extremely violent and crazy. And she didn't want to be with him no more. So she left, hoping that she could come back and get her stuff. He said, oh, no. Boom. Wow. When she found out what happened, they brought me in. And they brought me in because I'm a friend of a friend, and they know that I'm relatable. And Pastor, maybe you can come and say a word. A lot of things I don't have a word for, but I will still come and I'll pray. A lot of that stuff you need clinical stuff. So we set up something to where I came initially, I prayed. Then I came and I did like some group things with her and then her caretakers, the people who took her in. And what I noticed, she developed schizophrenia. Listen, she was so messed up. Like initially when we talked to her, she was sad and all of that, and she was in her right mind. Yeah. But as I began to talk to her, this thing had wiped her out mentally so much that she started talking about You know, they put the Tesla battery and and I'm sitting there talking. She talking about, you know, they attached the Tesla battery to my brain and it was computing and this and that. And she was saying all this crazy. I mean, and I'm saying crazy because it didn't happen. But she was like, they listening on the phone and this and she got maxed out from that trauma. So I can understand. But you saying that brought me into my remembrance. Young Michelle. Yeah.
So how did that go? Like what?
She ended up getting help, you know, eventually they, prescribed her some medicine, they diagnosed her or whatever, but it was some onset schizophrenia that was caused by the trauma that she experienced.
Is she better now?
I haven't talked to her since then. They were out of state, so, and then, there was a friend of a friend, so I just kind of came in, but just my observation. Yeah. She went and they did get her help. I might need to check in and see what's up with her, but that had blew her brain.
Let's pray for her.
Yes.
Let's pray for her.
Yeah.
Shout out to all women that have survived domestic violence.
Michelle Rosales. Yeah.
Just listen. There's a lot of, especially now what we're seeing with Cassie and Diddy, there's a lot of conversation about women that stay versus women that leave.
Hidden in plain sight.
Man. And here's the thing. I understand for the women that stay. And I'm not absolving you for your choices that led to that point. But what I am going to say is I understand that you're most likely to die when you try to leave. That's when he's most likely to kill you.
Oh, yeah.
So I understand for women that are too scared to leave because they're scared for their life.
Yeah.
My encouragement to every single one of you is I empathize with you, but my prayer is that women never let it get to that point.
Say something. If you ain't got the courage to leave, say something.
No, never let it get to the point. Disrespect is not love.
Ooh.
There will always be a sign that this man disrespects you. There will always be a sign. If you think that you're living in paradise, but this man disrespects your family, I want you to know that it is only a matter of time that he will disrespect you. What you don't understand, what you're not understanding, is that by disrespecting your family, he's already disrespecting you.
That's a fact.
It just hasn't clicked for you yet. But he has every intention of disrespecting you. Because the people that you come from, he's disrespecting them. Yep. You're just an extension of them.
Yep.
So it's only a matter of time.
Listen, I never understood people who marry people who don't accept their kids.
Man.
Or don't accept their family. Like, when me and Carolyn got married, like, even before we got married, like, and I just grew up in that type of family where we did family things and we respected elders and we did all of that. But I had ultimate respect and love for them. Like they was my mom.
You have to.
But I was raised that way.
You were raised.
Yeah, I would never disrespect her.
Right.
Like I would give her the right way. I would never disrespect her. I would never even counsel my wife to do anything disrespectful towards her mom. This isn't the scenario, but even if my mother-in-law was a bad person to my wife, I would never tell my wife to do something disrespectful. Now, I might say, hey, we're not going to allow her to attack us and to assault us.
Right.
But I'm never going to be that. Never. You're never going to do that.
Absolutely.
If my mama gets sick, if my wife's mama needed a place to stay or whatever and she needed care, she can come to our house.
Absolutely.
I ain't saying one thing.
Absolutely.
You can come. But you got some folks, kids can't come over, all different types of stuff. I can't do that.
And you have to acknowledge that as them attempting to isolate you.
Oh.
Because if anyone that loved you saw the way that you were being treated, they would tell you to leave. So what do? They have to isolate.
They have to isolate you so that they can maintain control.
So they can maintain control. 100%. There's always going to be a sign that this is a person that intends to disrespect you. There's always going to be a sign that this person is not a healed person and can be abusive. If you're not willing to see those signs, then that's when we have this rhetoric out here. Oh, she didn't leave. She doesn't respect us. This is what she likes it.
Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah, she obviously likes it.
Yeah.
Nah, don't let it get that far.
Yeah.
And for the women that are dealing with it now, there is always a way out.
It's not as high as a percentage, but there's some men that's being done like that. I got an older brother. I'm calling him a brother because we grew up together. He's a childhood best friend.
Yeah.
And for the life of me, he always chose girls that were abusive. I just didn't get it until I got older and understood you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. So, you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are.
Jesus, oh Lord.
Every single, from when we were teenagers, 14, all the way up into the adulthood, every female put their hands on him.
Lord Jesus.
And it was like, I'm like, man, do you like that?
You must like it.
Or like, what type of sign or symbol did you give to them to make them think that was all right? Like, how did you disrespect yourself for them to know or think that it was okay for them to disrespect you? And I'm talking about every single one.
Man.
They fight and this and that. And I just never understood it, man.
Some people are not healed enough to be in a relationship. They're not.
I thought he was just attracted to those type of women. I don't get it.
No, something's not healed.
Mm-hmm.
Something has made these women feel that it's okay. And I don't know what that is. I don't know him, but to think that at every moment, every second of your life, you're ready to be in a relationship is obnoxious. That's not a thing. You're not always ready to be in a relationship. You're not always healed. You're not always have the capacity. Some people need to be healed before they engage with another person. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people act like being single is like a death sentence. Like you're going to die if you're alone. Stop it. Get it together. Stop it. That's weird.
Right.
That's really weird. But anyway, we're going to pray for her. I actually want to have a concerted effort to pray for her because that sounds like a very intense situation. And I pray that she's on the other side of that. Because staying, the cost of staying.
It was a guy.
I thought you said you had a woman and then you had a guy. You had your older brother and then you had.
Oh, you talking about the one with the schizophrenia?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, her. My brother.
Yeah, I'm listening to all this.
Okay. I thought you were talking about the abuse victim.
No,
the abuse victim was a male. But yes, we're gonna pray for all of them.
And domestic violence happens to men too.
Yes.
So you need to pray for him too.
I'm gonna get in contact with them and see what's up with Michelle.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there.
We're gonna pray for both of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not wrong. Next, so again, hidden in plain sight. We've been on a discovery for seeing mental illness represented in media, in film specifically. Last episode, I talked about sinners, and I was so excited to talk about it. Pastor didn't see it. Of course, he didn't see it.
I gotta sneak to watch it because Carolyn ain't gonna watch it. If it's got blood and gore in it, she's not gonna watch it.
If I'm the antisocial one that has panic attacks when I leave my house, and I can go see it, I feel like you absolutely gotta go see it. So again, Sinners is a film that is directed, produced by Ryan Coogler. I believe with the help of Michael B. Jordan. I think that they collaborated on this in some way, and don't quote me on that. I believe there was some sort of collaboration with the production and the writing. But if not, Michael B. Jordan stars in the film. Ryan Coogler absolutely directed the film. It is a masterpiece of Black excellence. It is extraordinary. I highly recommend going to see it. Are there some anti-Christian themes in the film? Yes, there are. But the bulk of those anti-Christian themes are primarily just uneducated opinions. So I'm not taking them so harshly. I've seen a lot of Christian commentaries.
Man, everything online is anti-Christian. You go to some of these Christian pages, some of these folks who call themselves Christian influencers, you go to their real page, I bet there's some anti-Christian stuff up there. We live in a post-Christian age.
Yeah, but I mean, when I say anti-Christian for this film, they're like, oh, the religion was forced on us.
The voodoo and all that. Yeah.
No, they with the exception of.
Oh, you saying Christianity was forced on us?
That's Delta Slim said that.
Oh,
it's like, we brought the blues over with us, but the religion was forced on us and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, okay.
And
but they don't realize that Christianity predates all of that by thousands of years.
They don't realize that Christianity started in Africa.
Yep.
If we could be honest. The first church was in Africa.
Man, you look at them rivers, Euphrates and all of that, the Garden of Eden, yep, it's all there.
And the first actual Christian church was not It wasn't Rome. It
No,
wasn't. It was
no.
Africa.
Yeah,
We're talking
yeah.
Ethiopia. We're talking
Ethiopia
Egypt.
church, yeah,
The Copts in Egypt.
yeah.
Like, the first church was ran, opened, and run by Africans.
Man.
Free Africans.
Yeah. They don't wanna
No
talk about
slavery.
that.
They don't want to talk about it though.
They
wilding out.
they already cooking us, but you on TikTok. So I know they they about to. I got to show you some more comments because they've been
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I'm ready.
America, are you okay? So
Yeah.
they're getting those clips now. And
Yeah.
they really like the conversation.
I can't wait. So stay tuned. Season finale. We're actually going to be going live, and we're going to be responding to these comments because
Yeah.
you know I'm not about to get in the comment section with y'all. I ain't gonna do it, but I'll respond to what you put in there. So by all means, express yourself, and I will gladly express myself back
I'm telling you.
with the love of Jesus. With the love of Jesus. But no, we have a clip in Sinners. A specific scene in Sinners was just absolutely so powerful, and I want to make sure that we acknowledge this.
Okay, let's look at it.
Blues is at the center of this film, and we all know that some of the best music comes from pain, but there is a scene in this movie that connected the dots for me in a way that has never been done for me in my life before. And of course,
Wow.
if you know what I'm talking about, it's the scene in the car. And the way that this story of pain literally transitions into a song was so beautiful.
Thank you.
What was it like showcasing really the core of what blues is?
I got to give credit first and foremost to Ryan because that's what he wrote. I said to Ryan before we shot that scene, man, we need to go through it a few times. I need to find my sea legs because in actuality, it was a much longer monologue. It was a 3-page monologue.
I would have loved that.
And I would have loved it.
Yeah.
That's another story. but no, he kept the meat of the thing. So he gave me the space to rehearse. Then he gave me and us, the three of us in the car, the space to work the scene. And the musical piece was an improv. It was not written. It came from what I was feeling in the moment, and my two colleagues in the car went with it. Mike principally, because I'm not sure Miles knew quite what to do. He's a young actor, and that's not a criticism. He wasn't quite sure, but Mike went with it, and Mike spoke and said, "Man, you got the guitar, man." And he picked, and Ryan kept the camera rolling. So the whole thing was embraced. I cannot tell you how gratifying it is to sit here and hear how that scene impacted you as an audience member. Because the first cut that we saw in Los Angeles, they had cut that monologue out.
Yeah.
And I went to Ryan, I said, "Man, you can't cut it out, man." And here's why. It wasn't just a complaint from an actor. It was, these are the reasons why this monologue has to be in this film. And he heard me. And he agreed with me. And so it's back in. So for you to say to me, this is what this meant to me, and these were the dots that were connected, it's everything, man. It's everything.
Wow.
Whew.
Talk about the spirit. Was that an evil spirit? Or was it, okay.
No, not at all. So we all are blessed with gifts from the Most High.
Absolutely.
And of course, those gifts we give back and praise to God. But the way that we do that is varied. So, like for instance, there's Christian rap, and then there's Christians that hate Christian rap because they say rap isn't an art form that God would appreciate. Who are you to say that? Or unless you're God, who are you to say that?
That's what David's wife said to him when he was dancing.
When he did, David was dancing naked.
Yep.
David was dropping like
That's
it was
not
hot.
appropriate, right?
Yeah, he was dropping like his wife was just so ashamed. But nah, David was dropping like it was hot for Jesus. Okay, you do what you do. You do what you do.
That's what it was a crazy song that my wife and them was popping for Jesus or something. It was something that went viral.
Listen,
And I said, "Lord Jesus."
if I can drop it like it's hot for anything else, I can drop it like it's hot for Jesus. Yes, I can, and I will.
I said, "Do not send this mess to my phone. I am not going to hell because y'all." You know what I'm saying?
I can't.
For real.
No, Daryl Lindo is an extraordinary actor,
Legend.
and and he's obviously blessed to do this work. This is his gift from the Most High. How he utilizes this gift, we would hope, of course, would give some sort of praise back to God. And I'm not going to say that I don't see. I think everything that he does is a worship to the Most High, even involuntarily.
Absolutely.
When you breathe, technically, you are worshiping the Most High. So I have no qualm with it whatsoever. This film was a beautiful illustration of what it means to put the culture on your back and illustrate this to others that might not be a part of the culture. See inside, see the pain, see the beauty, see the excellence, see the achievement, see the progression. All of that was so beautiful inside of this film. So this scene that they're talking about, if you haven't seen Sinners, please go see it. But this scene that they're talking about is when this character called Delta Slim, that's played by Delroy, is expressing what happened to him and his friend. And he was saying that him and his friend were playing the blues for white people. And he had finally saved up enough money to go and leave the South and try to be a free man and start his own business. And the white people found his friend at the train station, and they said that he had stolen money and raped a white woman, and because of that, they beat him to death and castrated him. And he's explaining that in the car to the others. And as he's saying this, he reaches a point where he's talking about the castration, and he can no longer express the pain with words, and he breaks out into a full-blown song. And this moment I felt was so pivotal because I felt it. There is a pain that you feel where you no longer can express it with words.
That's soul music. That is soul music.
That is blues. That is Negro spirituals. That is Christian song.
You gotta have an experience.
That is gospel. That is the root of these emotions that are playing out in different art forms, and it is, for me, another pivotal moment is not only did we see this person try to express pain, couldn't anymore, and just breaks out into song, but the reaction of everybody around him. It was mutually understood. You can't talk to us anymore. But we're gonna join you in song.
Oh my God.
We're not gonna stop and make this a moment where we just sit here and try to pick apart your pain, because we know you can't talk to us anymore. So we're gonna join you in song.
If I can't say a word, I'll just wave my hands. My God.
Period.
And your people get to wave.
And they wave with you. And they wave with you. The character of Sammy. In the back just Preacher Boy starts playing on the guitar to join him in song. And it's just like,
but see, once again, that's why the church, but I'm gonna say the black church is so powerful. Those songs, that music, see, it's a sound. It's a sound. It ain't even the lyrics. That's why an old lady can, and everybody just join in. It's a certain sound, and it's a pain. It's an experience. It's a shared language. It's a shared experience that everybody can relate to, and it's a sound, and you can hear it. And when you hear it, you just automatically just tap in, and that's exactly what that was. Now, I saw all the backlash. Oh, he tapped into the ancestors. We don't do that. We don't, it was a brilliant scene, but he had to tap into the demonic in order. No, he tapped into a gift that God gave him. Now, the gift, God says he gives gifts without repentance. So the gift is given by God to him. Now, it's up to him to exploit the gift for God's glory and not his own. However, the gift was on full display. Because you cannot do that, what he did, and the others, without it being divine. Now, he can train himself. He's a trained actor, been doing it for decades. But that right there was a spiritual experience.
Absolutely.
For the white guy to be able to tap into it like he did, that is shared experience, that pain, that struggle. And Delroy, he probably never experienced that, a friend being castrated in real life.
Right.
But he can tap into the pain or the shared experience of somebody he lost or something, that we all can gather from. It was powerful. It was powerful.
But our people specifically, this is how we express ourselves.
Yes,
We couldn't always stick it to massa.
Yep.
We couldn't talk back with our words.
that's right.
We would literally break out into a Negro spiritual
Yep.
and just sing our pain.
And that's why we're so artistic.
Yeah.
And that's why we're so, we've learned to express our pain or express ourselves in so many different dynamic avenues, whether it's through painting, through art, through song, through dance. And once again, the Negro spirituals and the songs, they weren't just songs, they were actually strategies.
Facts. That's awesome. Hair braiding.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Quilting, all
Hair
that type of
braiding.
stuff. That's the map.
Yeah. So when people are like, oh, African Americans didn't invent hair braiding. I don't know who you thought invented hair braiding. Let's not go there. But the us black people, that used to be a map. We would braid maps into our hair.
So you mean to tell me Allen Iverson had a map in his head back in the days?
I don't know. Was Allen Iverson's grandmama from the South?
Yeah,
Maybe.
you know.
This how you get to freedom, baby.
Man. But I love it though. That's so ingenious and so powerful, man.
Yeah.
That's how I know we're the chosen people.
Ooh,
That's
Jesus.
how I know.
What's happening? Pastor!
I know.
Pastor!
I'm sorry.
No, he's not sorry. He's not.
I don't want to take the part. We have a certain track that we're trying to go down. We don't want to go down that, but we are.
All shots, no warning.
Yeah.
This guy. I
The
can't.
children of Israel ain't the only ones who was enslaved for hundreds of years. Man, I can go down there. I can go down.
Well,
I can go
okay.
down that rabbit hole.
So, Jesus Christ. Are we gonna go down this rabbit hole? Like, we need a whole podcast for this. We need a whole
We
episode
can.
because there's 10 tribes
Yep.
of Israel, and
Yep.
people want to act like there's not 10 tribes.
It's 10 with 2 subs. 2 sub tribes.
You're not wrong about the 2 sub tribes. We
Yep.
need to talk about that too,
Yep.
because those are tribes that are the children of Joseph,
Yep.
who was married to a black
They
woman.
just so happened to be in the room and they got a little piece of the table, they got a little piece of the pie, because they was so happen to be there. Yep. Y'all don't want to hear the truth.
Y'all want to hear that. We gonna have to present that information a little different because they ain't ready for that one. They're not ready for
I'm
that
telling
one.
you, don't come for me. Come for her. She's the one that knows all the church history. Oh, they killing you over the Crusades. My God.
They got something to say?
Yeah, they saying, man,
What
listen,
they say?
that the Christians, that we're the most brutal people.
Ooh.
That we weren't persecuted.
We-
As much as we done way more persecuting than we've been persecuted. Because you are giving out to the people, you're sharing the narrative that we are the most. You didn't say this, but
I
they
didn't say we're the
assume
most persecuted.
that's what they. That's
I
what it's
never
saying.
said we were the most persecuted.
That's what they're trying to say.
Here's the thing. In any position that you have, I invite you to not be a parrot, okay? I need you to have some understanding, some nuance to any position that you have. Stop being a parrot, stop being a poster. I am perfectly fine admitting the flaws of my faith or the flaws that my faith committed.
But you're researched. Your
100%.
takes are informed.
100%.
They're not emotional. Like these
No.
people are responding off of emotion. They're
And they're not
triggered.
well, I mean,
Yeah. Oh man, this one
Reconcile.
woman, I can just imagine her almost jamming her thumb trying to hit the send button on you.
protect your thumbs. I'm not coming for your thumbs.
Right.
I might come for your mind, but I'm not coming for your thumbs. You're going to be okay. But no, we are not the most persecuted in history. We have persecuted.
Yes.
That is a flaw of the church,
Yep.
not a flaw of God, not a flaw of the faith even.
Flaw of the man.
That is-
Men that were not good, who were in control.
Again, I will talk to the action. I don't know the men. The men made terrible decisions and
Right.
they had power enough to
Right.
make these terrible decisions.
Right.
And so they made them. That
Yeah.
they were Christian. So
And
I have
maybe
to
that
own
was the
that as
right
part-
decision at the time. Who knows?
Well, again, the Crusades were in response.
Yep.
They act like the Crusades just happened because somebody woke up one day. No, it happened in response to what was happening with the expansion of Islam.
Man, y'all better get y'all encyclopedias.
Read about it. Google it. I can't listen. I didn't make it up. I can't change history. If you Google it and that's what it says, that's why I said that. I don't know. I can't help you. I can't change history for you.
Hilarious.
So, but again, I don't have to ignore what the Christian church did to be a Christian. I acknowledge what the Christian church did, and I'm a Christian. So now what? Now what are you gonna do? Now I'm not gonna sit here and deny something that's true. It's true. Now what? What's next?
Man, listen, y'all not ready. Y'all not ready.
You're not ready.
That's why I'm glad I'm on this side of the table next week, because it'd be hard to debate you. Yeah. I think if you went to debate class, you would have been a great, excellent lawyer. I
did.
Ooh,
I don't believe debate should be an elective. I think every single person that is forming a mind needs to be able to understand both sides of a position. You have to. If you don't understand the other side, you don't have an educated opinion. You just have an opinion.
Exactly.
Which you are entitled to, but I'm also entitled to not care. And so is everybody else.
Exactly.
Because it's not educated and it doesn't contribute to a conversation.
And that's why, I'm not going to say it. We're going to start talking about some other stuff and get off track. But that's the reason why I don't subscribe to political propaganda from one side or the other.
You can't.
Because Jake Tapper
Oh, Lord.
argued everybody down, and it's plain as sight they helping the man get off the stage. The man tripping and falling and jibber jabbering and all that other stuff. And he's the strongest. He can do more push-ups and he outruns all of us. And you sat there and argued the woman down. How dare you? How dare you? And you the lead, and now you the lead person writing a book about the decline. You're grifting without saying you were wrong or that you were defending the people. That's what I'm saying. But anyways, I'm not going to go into that. But I do not. I know you have to live anyway. Sorry about that.
No, don't be a.
I'll just get to saying a lot of stuff, and it sounds like it's coming from all over the place because I be wanting to use this microphone to get all my thoughts out, and sometimes it's not streaming conscious. Sometimes it's just sporadic.
You get into your Kanye mode.
Man, yep. But I know what I'm saying.
I can understand. No, you will get.
You might not know what I'm saying, but I know what I'm saying.
Period.
Period.
I love it. I love it. But no, like I said, don't be a parrot. Like every position has nuance.
Yes.
Whatever position you have, it's not perfect.
No.
Whatever position you have, it has its own set of challenges.
Yes.
Acknowledge it, own it, and then you can engage in conversation with someone where you can own all of your position and express it.
That's a fact.
If you can't, don't. Please.
Ooh.
Just don't. I wish you wouldn't. But okay. Anyway. I really appreciated us being able to look at that film. And again, does it have some anti-Christian themes? Yes. But
yes,
it's still a beautiful piece of art. And it still illustrates a point that I think needed to be shown.
I agree.
There is a whole era of time that I feel is being stripped out of education, stripped out of, again, the minds that need to be educated on history. And so we're going to soon, we might have to rely on pieces of film like this for the most accurate depictions of understanding what actually occurred so we don't repeat these same mistakes.
Yeah, because the history books say the slaves are helpers now, but they learn skills.
Or that they liberated us because we were, savages running around in loincloths.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
Well.
Man. Like, Lord, fix it, Jesus. So again, that was an appreciative moment for what we're seeing inside a film. Now for a more political moment in time. I think we talked about this in our last episode. People use these political terms and they don't actually know what they mean.
Right.
Like people are very quick to call someone Marxist. They have no idea what Marxist.
I'm sure you're going to educate us.
Well, today I'm going to educate on what fascism is.
Word of the day, fascist.
Fascist. Yeah. Maybe again, people have been using this word. They don't know what it means. So today we're going to make sure everybody's on the same page with what fascism is. No.
Fascist.
Fascism. Fascism, yes.
Spell it with, like you spell fashion with an ISM. Fascism.
Please.
Just so y'all know, we educated around here.
Fascism, defined broadly as militaristic nationalism and a contempt for liberalism and electoral politics, should be called out at every turn. But why? Although far from an erotic thriller, Bertram Gross's 1980 book Friendly Fascism will nonetheless leave you in a state of intense frustration. How could someone give such a clear warning of what was to come decades prior? Why didn't we do anything? One reason is because of the gradual, almost slow-motion nature of friendly fascism. What is friendly fascism? Rather than relying on a militant takeover or the charismatic strongman, Gross argues that this form of fascism emerges through the political economy of transnational corporations, or, in plain terms, when those we elect become primarily influenced by private companies. This is the first step in which one of the central functions of a liberal democracy, in which the government is responsive to voters, withers away.
Wow. That's I still don't know what fascism means.
Okay.
Should you ask?
So the shortest definition is militaristic nationalism.
Okay.
So that means you would have to know what nationalism is.
Okay.
So nationalism is a political sentiment that says our country is the best, it is the greatest, which means we don't need partnerships with other countries. We need to produce everything ourselves. We need to identify citizens as citizens and who those citizens are.
Okay.
And your utmost loyalty has to be to your country, right? So if you say anything that is disparaging against your country, you are now a traitor.
Ooh.
And militaristic means that if you are deemed a traitor, we now have the authority, without due process, to judge you and punish you.
Yeah, judge.
Well, not even judge.
Execution.
Yeah, judge, jury, executioner. I loosely on the judge because you technically didn't get a judgment. You're just imprisoned. Right. Okay. So militaristic nationalism. That is fascism. So what would that look like in 2025? Play the clip. Please play the clip.
My God.
I need you to play the clip.
Oh, geez.
Civil rights groups say Texas is targeting Latino communities with politically motivated charges to suppress civic participation. 6 Latino Democratic officials in Frio County are facing prosecution for helping elderly voters with mail-in ballots during the 2022 election. The indictments, pushed by Attorney General Ken Paxton, include a county judge, city council members, and a former elections official. They are being charged under Senate Bill 1 Texas's strict 2021 voting law that criminalizes traditional forms of voter assistance with heavy penalties. Civil rights groups argue these prosecutions are not about fraud, but fear. They say they are designed to intimidate Latino voters and criminalize decades-old community practices like translation help and providing rides to polls. Mail-in ballot rejections have spiked in Latino-majority counties since SB 1, with rejection rates hitting more than 20% in some areas. Advocates say it is a clear attempt to roll back Latino voter gains and discourage participation in future elections.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ken Paxton, count your days.
So I've heard several times over that this current administration has expressed that they are Christian nationalists. Okay. I can't tell you how, first and foremost, that's not a thing. There is no such thing as Christian nationalism. Why? Because the kingdom of God is not a physical country. That's not a thing. You made that up.
I always assumed that Christian nationalists were racist. People like it went from, because Ku Klux Klan are Christians.
Our Christian nationalists.
So it went, they took the hoods off and then they made it a little bit more acceptable. We're not racist, meaning we don't want to hurt you. We just believe that our people are superior. Don't you believe that your people are strong people? We believe our stuff is people, and we just believe in America first. We're Christian, and so we're nationalist.
Nah, there's so much wrong. That's like saying that you're a violent pacifist. You cannot be a pacifist and be violent. It just doesn't work. You cannot be a Christian nationalist.
What if I told you I have a friend? I'm going to consider him. I'm not going to say a friend because we don't hang out with each other like that. But I do have an acquaintance who I am frequently dialogue with that is a white nationalist. A Christian nationalist.
That's not a thing.
And you want to know how he explained it to me?
I'm listening.
He says, I'm not against black people. I love black people. We help black people. I'm not a racist. I'm not meaning. He's saying that he doesn't want any other races to be like eradicated or made into slaves. He just believes that his people, white people, are the best to lead. And whenever this country has always been ran by somebody white, and he believes in his head that, they just, so this is how I know he's racist, right?
Oh, you tell. As if you couldn't already. Oh, tell me more.
Well, because he, in his mind, he's not, because he tolerates others. But he do believes that his people are the best to lead. And so this is how I knew he was racist. Somebody said, because it's a group, and it's other ministers on this group. So it's not, it's plenty of it. It's like a faith community thing. So somebody was like, Black Power. And he said, white control. I said, oh, that was a good one.
Oh, that was actually good.
Yeah. And I said, and when he said that, that made all of the sense in the world.
Yeah.
We up there putting our fist up talking about Black Power, Black Power. What good is your power if you don't control it? They said Black Power, and it was in response to something that was like African American History Month or whatever.
Yeah.
They said Black Power. He said white control. I said, ooh.
That's good.
It was good. I never heard that in my life. And I said, yeah, you racist, homeboy. I don't care what you say. You are racist.
Yeah. So there is no such thing as Christian nationalism. They made that up.
Right.
There is such a thing as fascism. And they're using the term Christian nationalism to make Christians feel like this is a safe space for you. It's just fascism. That's all it is. There is no Christian that you got. That's what we call it. You just got.
Man.
There is no Christian nationalism. This is fascism, which means fascism is militaristic. So what does that mean? What election?
Oh.
An election would mean that you're trying to replace the people in power. Nah. I see that as a threat. It's given traitors. It's given that you're treacherous. It's given that you want to be in the prison cell. Because
you're trying to change something.
You trying to change something? Nah. This is militaristic. We taking over. There's no exchange of power. There's nothing like that. So when you see that people are going to jail for trying to help people vote, especially people of color, vote.
Because the narrative is, this is the narrative. So when we start talking about white control, the browning of America is a threat to their existence.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the reason why they say, hey, y'all can have all the power y'all want, but we gonna control it.
Exactly.
That's why 1% controls 99% of everything. So yeah, y'all can keep coming over the border and y'all can keep doing all of that, but y'all will never, ever control the levers of power. That's the reason why even Barack Obama was he can only do so much.
Yeah.
Because there was an unelected power that was even behind him that really controls the levers of government.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that's pushing that fascism piece that you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, we have another clip to show fascism, and that's going to further illustrate the point.
I really thought things would change after this administration when we had Mr. Trump in office. Things would change to the better. Things actually changed to the worse.
This is Bashir Attallah, a U.S. citizen and, as you heard, Trump supporter who was detained by U.S. Customs and Border Protection after coming back from a family trip in Canada. According to Attallah, Border Patrol agents had their hands on their guns as they asked him to step outside the vehicle, where they handcuffed him and walked him inside away from his family. When he tried to ask questions about why he was being arrested, agents wouldn't say anything other than, "We don't know, it's the government." Following his arrest, Attallah felt unwell and requested medical attention. However, he says that he declined treatment once Border Patrol explained that he would be guarded in a hospital and have to, quote, start from zero. Machado. He also says that he was forced under duress to give border agents access to his phone and email. It was only after several requests and hours later that CBP contacted his sister, an immigration attorney, and was released. The family is now pursuing legal action. CBP has since dismissed Atalla's account as blatantly false and sensationalized, and Atalla says he was treated like a criminal. And this is not the first or even second report of U.S. citizens being detained or arrested by law enforcement without proof. Genzi Machado, a naturalized citizen who voted for Trump, was detained due to racial profiling. Julio Noriega, a man born and raised in Chicago, was also taken by ICE and detained for hours without food, water, or access to a bathroom. Meanwhile, as his own supporters are being unlawfully detained, Trump is not slowing down on ignoring the Constitution and our right to due process. Instead, Trump now wants to take it a step further and send U.S. citizens to prisons in El Salvador.
That ain't that bad. They let the man go.
What?
Yeah, he ain't in El Salvador and no gulag or nothing. It was a misunderstanding.
What was the misunderstanding?
He looked illegal, and then once they did
that's the problem. That's not a misunderstanding. That's a problem.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, I've been looking black my whole entire life, and
you always fit the description.
Yep.
Every time
Every
you fit
time.
the description.
Yep. And
Because
treated like
you're
a black man. It's time for them to start getting treated like whatever. But
No.
anyways,
No, now that white people are getting racially profiled, it's a problem.
he was white.
You think he's not white?
I thought he was other, non-white.
What do you think he is? I don't know.
I thought he was
I'll
like
be
a
honest,
fair-skinned Latino
Latin.
man. Yeah, that's what I thought. A
I
Spaniard or
honestly don't
something.
know, but it doesn't matter.
Right.
You can't just look at a person and be like, you look like.
But they let
You
him
can
go. They didn't keep him and say, I just like,
He's
oh
being
boy,
detained.
they shot him up out of here.
You can't just detain people.
Until we get it figured out. So if you traveling in
What
a
are you trying to
caravan-
figure out?
If you
Because wait a minute.
We're trying to stop people from coming in illegally. So if you are traveling through a border
Right. And
And
you're
you
a
are-
U.S. citizen.
and you traveling with other non-U.S. citizens, or we find a bunch of your group, then we have to figure it out.
That's not his story. He was on a family trip, and he is a U.S. citizen.
So
He
why the
was
rest of his family didn't get caught up? Because either your paperwork weren't right.
I think he was returning. No, he's a U.S. citizen.
Your passport got to be on point. You know you need a
He
real
wouldn't have
ID.
been able to
now.
leave the country
You
if it
do
was
know you
a.
need a real ID. Well, passport.
Yeah, I
trumps
got
that.
a real. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
So
I'm
try
good.
to do something without your real ID and see once they try to figure it out with you. You know what I'm saying? They gonna hold you back there and figure.
If that was the story, I think they would have included. If his passport had a problem or if his real ID wasn't there. But that's not what they said. Nah, you look suspicious.
Yeah. Well, it's about to get even worse because Trump done shook up the ICE. He done fired 2 people because he wants 3,000 arrests a day. That means they're gonna be kicking in doors, and the next thing is they're gonna be putting bounties on people's heads.
Yeah.
And so, 1,000, and so I be driving around and I be seeing a few little hot spots. I'm like, man, I can light that little corner up and give me about 5,000-6,000.
Absolutely. This will be the Dr. Kelly show. Because I will not have any affiliation with that whatsoever.
We gonna cruise. We gonna cruise by the Home Depot. And
Absolutely
clean up.
not. No, sir. It won't be I. You on your own. I'm gonna let them know you're coming too. I'm gonna show up for you. Hey, you see Black Hour Dreads, you need to run.
But I thought about that. I'm just joking. I'm really just joking. But I thought about that. Like all of these people who be saying they pro immigrant, when that bounty, when they start talking about, hey, you turn people in, you can get this X amount of money and it's proven. Let's see where all of that stuff go. Because America is a capitalistic country.
Yeah.
And we're about that money, money, money.
Well, okay, they made the system so you would do this, so we would turn on each other. That's what they did.
Right.
They use capitalism for, instead of the good qualities of capitalism, that you could become a business owner today and be a millionaire 3 years from now, which is the good of capitalism.
Right.
Instead, they used it for evil. They used it to build monopolies and crush you with interest rates and impoverish entire communities. And then they say, oh, well, if you want the carrot, all you got to do is turn on the guy next to you and you'll be fine.
Man, listen, I get it.
Yeah.
But see, they put themselves in that situation, if you ask me.
What you mean?
It was a crapshoot. Y'all took the chance to come across here. Y'all made it. If you want to stand on the corners and be visible for ICE to snatch you up, that's on you. But
So now they can walk in the streets now about you saying it's their fault. They can't walk on the streets now.
Well, I'm saying if you know that ICE is out here.
I shouldn't be out. No, like we're not gonna blame the victims of the scenario.
I'm just saying the man won, and that was part of his platform, and that's what they're doing. So
he didn't win. He got to go home.
I'm talking about Trump won, and that was part of his platform, wrangling people up, throwing them in the back of buses, and putting them on planes, and sending them somewhere. If you know that that's the agenda, I wouldn't just be walking around here like I can't be got.
I need y'all to hear me, and I need you to hear me clearly. When it comes to white supremacy, never forget, they hate you more than they love themselves.
Ooh.
They hate you more than they love themselves.
That's going viral.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. If they have to vote against their best interests, if they have to watch their grandparents die because they no longer have the medical benefits, they hate you more than they love. They will gladly watch the loved ones that they have. They will gladly die themselves if it means dragging you down with them. They hate you more than they love themselves. And that's what makes it so dangerous. They will actually hurt themselves to make sure they hurt you.
Yeah. Well, I'm just playing the advocate here. I ain't got no MAGA hat on and nothing. I'm just showing the other side so we keep it fair and balanced. But Jasmine gonna make sure you guys get the truth.
That's the truth. Never forget it. They hate you more than they love themselves.
They hate you more than they love themselves.
That is 100% facts. I promise you.
What a miserable existence.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
It's gotta be exalted. Give it to Christ. Let it go. You're getting gray hairs. You're getting wrinkles. Let it go. It can't be that serious. I have another clip that I want to make sure that you play because I think this one we got to talk about. And this is with the student that got arrested. Please play this clip because if you still think that you're not in a fascist society anymore, watch this.
The Trump administration almost every week snatch people right off the streets for political speech. The latest, most chilling example happened yesterday outside Boston when a PhD student and Fulbright scholar at Tufts University, in this country on a student visa from Turkey, totally legal, obviously, was taken off a residential street in Somerville, Massachusetts at 5:15 p.m. yesterday. Ramesa Ozturk had just left her apartment when she's approached by a guy in a dark hoodie and hat who then grabs her hands. You can see and hear how upset and scared she is as an officer finally pulls out a badge and appears to identify himself as law enforcement. She is quickly surrounded by half a dozen, I guess, cops, all in street clothes, covering their faces with masks. They take her cell phone. They physically remove her backpack. She is then handcuffed as a bystander films and asks how anyone is supposed to know these people are police.
Is covering your faces. You want to take those masks off? Is this a kidnapping? Yeah, you don't look like it. Why are you hiding your faces? Why are you hiding your faces?
The masked police lead the terrified woman to their unmarked vehicles and drive off. Now, if all that were not chilling enough, an attorney for Ozturk released a statement earlier today saying, in part, "We are unaware of her whereabouts and have not been able to contact her. No charges have been filed against her to date that we are aware of." Last night, a district court judge ordered that the young woman not be moved out of Massachusetts without first providing advance notice. And then late this afternoon, we finally got an idea of where she is. According to the Immigrations and Customs Enforcement detainee locator, she is currently being held in the South Louisiana ICE Processing Center. That's nearly 2,000 miles from where she was snatched off the street just 27 hours ago. Today, the Department of Homeland Security said in a statement that investigations found Ozturk engaged in activities in support of Hamas. But again, she's not charged with any crime. The activities she is accused of seem to be that she co-wrote an editorial in the Tufts School newspaper that was published a year ago today, writing, quote, "We affirm the equal dignity and humanity of all people. specifically referencing Palestinians, going on to quote the author James Baldwin and challenging the university president to, quote, acknowledge the Palestinian genocide and embrace efforts by students to evaluate diverse and sometimes contradictory ideas and opinions.
She quoted Baldwin, so I'm gonna go ahead and give her the benefit of the doubt, you know.
Jesus Christ. Jesus
No, that
Christ.
was crazy though. That was crazy.
Okay, so does anybody know do you know what entrapment is?
Yes.
This is entrapment. Period. Entrapment is when you, as a law-abiding citizen, are caught or coerced into doing a crime that you would not have done had law enforcement not put you in this situation. So when you come up, several of you come up with hoodies on, covering your face, I have no idea that you're an officer, and you grab me,
Yep.
you have entrapped me, because if I defend myself,
Yep.
which I have every right to defend myself, because in this situation, I feel as if I'm being kidnapped, or at least my life is being threatened, because I don't know you.
Yep.
I'm going to defend myself. And when I defend myself, I have now assaulted an officer.
Yep.
This is entrapment.
Yep.
They did not come to her in uniform, identify themselves as officers of the law, and then arrest her and detain her legally.
Well,
This was entrapment.
well, how do we know that the officers didn't walk up to her and say, "Hey, we are XYZ from the police department. You're under arrest"?
Well, again, it wasn't the first officer that grabbed her that showed his badge. It was a second officer after she had already been grabbed. Had she had hit him,
Oh, yeah.
she would have been facing life.
Or probably thrown on the ground and done badly.
Had she hit him, she probably would have been sent to Guantanamo, because they moved across country
Yep.
for an article that she wrote over a year ago.
Yeah. That's all.
Not a protest, not an action that harassed other people. An article. She was detained.
In a country that values free speech, allegedly.
So our number one defense against fascism is our Bill of Rights, which includes, of course, free speech. The minute that you have lost free speech in any country, under any circumstance, you are now in a fascist society.
Ooh.
And for all those people that want to call me Marxist, first of all, I'm not a vanguard of the proletariat. Let's start there.
I never liked Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, so I'm not a Marxist. I've never liked their music. I like his acting though.
So I made a comment in our last.
I mean,
This guy. I made a comment in our last video. We agreed that their forms of socialism are already present in our country right now.
yeah.
And if you don't know what that is,
alive and well.
that is, socialism is already alive here. But most people only understand socialism under the context that it is a step to communism.
Yeah.
So you have Marxism, socialism, communism. These are all supposed to be steps to get to communism, right?
Yeah.
I've never said that I am pro a communist society. I don't know if a communist society can work, not in the utopian way that we would hope for it to.
Right.
But we already have socialism. How do I know that? If you've ever owned a library card, you have participated in socialism. If you've ever called a firefighter to come put your fire out, you've participated in socialism. Why? Because you didn't get a bill. That's socialism. Guess who paid for your firefighter? Guess who paid for your library books? It was me. That's socialism.
Yeah.
You're receiving benefits, a shared benefit that is paid for by everyone.
Good.
You don't get an individual bill. So we have socialism alive and well right now, but you swear up and down that there can't be socialism because it's just a trick to communism.
Make it plain, Doc.
Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. So when people use terms like democratic socialism, all you hear is the Nazis are coming.
No, they say that about Trump. They say that about Trump. I mean, but yes, they do say that. You know.
It's weird. Just educate yourself a little bit more. What we're seeing is fascism. You're picking people off of the street because of what they said, not a threat. Now, a threat technically is violent.
Yes.
If she would have threatened someone, if you threaten the president, if you threaten other people, that is actually considered violent, and that's something that you could face charges over, rightfully so.
Yes.
But there was no violence to be had in her commentary. She was commenting on a war that she describes as a genocide.
And it is. Now, even a year ago when she wrote the article, it could have been described as a genocide, but it's definitely described as that now. They ain't let no food, no nothing get in there. They bombing, and they just it's nuts as hell.
The minute that you're bombing schools and you're bombing hospitals, that's against international law.
Yeah.
That's the,
and because they're Israel now, and this is what I had to teach some people. Once again, that same group that I'm in with the Christian nationalists, a lot of them believe that because we're American and we're a Christian country, and you know the connection between Israel, that we're supposed to back them. And I keep telling them, I said, listen, there's a difference between Israel the state and Israel the people. And Israel the state is what's causing these atrocities. And just because they are a part of that state don't necessarily mean they are Israel, God's people, because believers are his people.
oh Lord.
It's a new Israel.
Oh Jesus.
So it's those who believe in his name. Those are the children of God. That is the new tribe, the children of Israel. It ain't. I mean, now the Bible does say that they will be grafted in, that there are a select folk from that's real Israel that he's accepted in. But however, it's those who believe on his name. Those are the children of God. So while y'all over there, oh, they Israel, that's God's people, that's our country, no.
Oh Lord.
That's evil over there.
Oh wait, hold on. Wait, time out. Wait a minute. We can't just be the actions, the war, the genocide is evil.
Right.
The people of Israel are not evil.
No.
Israel suffered. Let's make sure.
We don't want to be canceled.
You know how they do with the anti-Semitism. Don't do that.
No, not this. No.
The actions of war are evil.
Not feeding people and bombing the hospitals and all that stuff and not allowing aid to get in.
Those actions are evil.
Those actions are evil.
Absolutely.
So I love the Jewish people.
Correct.
I'm in disagreement with the Israeli state, the state of Israel, and the actions of the Israeli state against not Hamas, but the people who live in Gaza, the Palestinians, in my opinion, is evil.
Okay. So, as Christians,
thanks.
Paul tells us in Scripture that we are to pray for Israel.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a Christian, I don't know how it's possible for you to be an anti-Semite. You have to pray for Israel daily.
Yes.
That is an instruction.
Yes.
So for the people of Israel, we love you. We accept you. Your faith is beautiful. We would not have Christianity without your beautiful faith of Judaism. So we
thank Christ for coming through.
We thank, of course, 100%.
But he could have came through a black person too. Well,
first of all, that he was.
Right.
We're not gonna do that.
See. So that's what I'm saying. Like so. We gonna end up getting canceled if I go down there. But y'all ain't even.
Anyway, so what we were saying was
who y'all are now is not who y'all was back then. I'm just gonna put that.
This man is so involved. I'm over here like, wait a minute.
Anyway,
wait a minute.
Few things have been watered down and enlightened. Through skincare, bleaching, whatever, but things have changed.
Okay, let's make this clear. First of all, as Christians, we are to pray for Israel.
Yep, and your pastor.
Okay, and
yep.
So if you're truly a Christian, there's no such thing as being anti-Semitic. We have to love the Jewish people. We have to love our history, which comes directly from Judaism. Okay, that's number one. Number two, Kanye, I hope you get the memo.
Oh,
okay.
They broke him. Did you see what he did?
No, I don't. What else happened?
He put out a statement. I'm sorry. I love everybody. I'm sorry. I wish no one harm.
Can't nobody tell me prayer don't work.
Oh, they removed him off of everything, including shopping.
Oh, so now he's sour. Now that you know what? I'm gonna keep praying.
They showed him who remember.
I'm gonna have to keep praying.
He talking that black power, and they showed him who had the control. That's all I'm saying.
So there's that. Number two, I disagree with. I don't disagree with the state of Israel because I agree that there should be a state for the people of Israel. So you need a
Yep.
place for
You
your
need a
people.
state. Yep.
I'm not mad about you having a place for your people.
Yep, I'm for that too.
I am against you illegally taking land that was not granted to you when the state of Israel, their lines were drawn. So all of those settlements in the West Bank was not given to you. Why are there settlements there?
Man,
What are we doing there?
they about to get in the comments and tell you.
Okay, get in the comments, because all I'm going to do is draw up the map of the borders of the state of Israel that they were granted and how they're outside of those borders.
Yep.
That's a problem.
Yep.
So again, I'm pro you having a state. I'm pro you having a people. You should feel free to have a state, live freely, defend yourself. I'm not mad about that. Congratulations, Israel. I'm happy for you. I hope it happens for our people. But what I will say is we are against all war as Christians. All war. We don't want anyone to fight. We are to love our neighbor and we're to pray for our enemies. So any war we would be against, but specifically a war that utilizes tactics such as starvation. We got a problem.
Yeah.
We got a problem.
And it's quick. This thing is getting out of control. And what's going to happen is another country is going to, an Arab country or an Islamic country is going to feel like, man, nobody's stepping in. These kids are dying, and then they're going to feel like they need to march troops to try to secure something. And then it's just World War III all over again.
And to be fair, that's not the only ethnic cleansing that's happening right now. We got
no.
Sudan.
Yep.
We got Myanmar.
Yep.
We got some ethnic cleansing happening. We need to be vocal about all of it. So let us be clear. We are not in support of any of it.
Nope.
Knock it off in Jesus' name.
Nope.
We ain't over here playing with it.
Nope.
Anyway, we went into full-blown Israeli-Palestine.
That's what I'm saying. That's why,
Jesus.
you watch too much news or something.
Oh, it's not on there.
Well, you a programmer,
No, he's only. He be making this up. He don't be doing all this. No, you ain't gonna blame this on me. He just be throwing bombs in here. It's not on the script.
Right.
Don't do that.
I'm just trying to spice it up a little bit.
Oh, you be adding the cayenne. You be adding the
I want them to
seasoning.
start coming for me in the comments a little bit. I got a little jealous. I was like, wait a minute. They act like she's the only one on this podcast.
Well, no, because now I can't have them come for you.
Right, exactly.
Because there's gonna be a problem here.
I'm not gonna debate y'all. I just want to know. I just want them to, come at me so I can be like, oh, really? So I can type and just erase it all.
You gonna Kanye these people? I can't with you right now.
Man.
I can't.
So I know we winding down.
We have to.
We got to get up out of here.
We really do.
But was there any parting words or anything else? And I know whatever we got, we can continue on, but at the next episode. But
Lord, I cannot believe we really talked about the 12 tribes of Judah. We talked about Israel.
Yeah.
We doing the most. We're gonna have to.
That's what happens when the Lord put a lot on your heart that you got to
You
get
know
out.
what? He put it on my heart to talk about, but it's such a sensitive topic.
It is. And we can dedicate more time.
We're gonna have
to discuss it.
Yeah.
In a more fuller that appreciates all sides and everybody's viewpoint.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have to. Period. My parting words for everybody would be, God bless you. Appreciate life while you have it. I know life can be hard sometimes, and I haven't always appreciated life. In fact, I would argue to say that I feared life. I felt like life was out to get me, and I was angry that I woke up every day. But I'm here to tell you that that is not the case. God has good things in store for you, and you should be confident that you will see the goodness of God. So I leave that with you. Rest in peace, Vince. All love to his family, and God bless you.
Amen. I second that emotion. With that being said, thank you for tuning in to episode 6. Hopefully you guys learned something and were entertained, and we will be right back with episode 7, and I'm sure that we're going to have another great conversation.
You be playing. Bye, y'all.
Welcome to Unplugged Podcast, where Jesus is at the center of every conversation. Join us as we explore the teachings of Christ and the impact on mental health, spirituality, and everyday life. Discover how faith in Jesus can help provide hope, healing, and purpose in a world full of challenges. Subscribe now on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms to stay connected to the Unplugged community. Unplug from the world and plug into Jesus.